guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Elaina. Привет! I'm your Russian American makeup and beauty addict. I usually do reviews and tutorials of affordable, inexpensive makeup from Walmart, drugstore, various websites. I'll test it on my face, I'll pass the savings to you guys. So in this video, this is a mini tutorial how I do my winged eyeliner. This was requested by my subscribers and patrons, so there it is. I'm gonna show you all kinds of different ways. I think it's about 5 the way I'm doing my eyeliner. And I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe and ring notification bell so YouTube notifies you of every new video upload. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. So do follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The links are down in the description box, as well as my Patreon group. So like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into this. So before we go to my eyeballs, let's just explain. I was asked to do this tutorial in the comments by one of my subscribers, and also recently during my live, I think it was one of my patrons, somebody said, why don't you do a winged eyeliner tutorial? And I thought there's so many on YouTube. I mean, it's swarming with eyeliner tutorials. So but if you guys are asking, I'm gonna show you how I do it. I'm not a pro makeup artist, I'm self-taught, but I have my own ways. I do it the way the pros do it, the way the other tutorials work, but also do other things, so you'll see. So I'm gonna do it 1 with a pencil, 2 with a felt tip pencil, 3 with the liquid eyeliner, 4 with the gel eyeliner, 5 with eyeliner and eyeshadow. So 5 different things. So all of these things, considering my eye shape, the droopiness of the eyelid, because you know I'm not the 20-year-old anymore, so I have some folds, so all of this has to be considered. And my eye shape, I have deep set eyes, so it's kind of similar to the hooded eyes in a way, because some of your parts of the eyelid disappear, so you have to take all of that in consideration when you're drawing. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I've got the base done, but nothing else in my eyes. So the first way I'm going to show is the way I used to do my eyeliner. And this is the times when I used to just teach aerobics years ago, when I was like in my early 20s. And I didn't know how to do makeup well, or I would rather say I didn't care, I didn't have enough money for makeup, so just used the cheapest eyeliner I could get, just a regular pencil, kohl eyeliner. In this case, I'm going to use something from BoxyCharm. This is Hollywood and Vine. And it's just a black smooth eyeliner. First of all, I'm going to tight line, and this is not necessary, but I like it because it doesn't show the gaps between eyelashes. I didn't use the tight line, by the way, just to make sure you know. I wasn't that into it. I didn't know how to do makeup that well, so I just did the line pretty much. But for all intents and purposes, I'm gonna show you the tight line because it's better. Alright, so more or less. So now I'm gonna drag the line, and you don't have to be very precise with this method because this kind of pencil is going to smudge. It's not gonna stay on unless you lock it in. So I'm just gonna press it flat near my lash line. Just short strokes. I'm going to drag the line. So this kind of method, you can't really make the eyeliner very sharp. You can't make it snatched. So this is mostly like a smudged version. So I'm going to extend it up, following the low lash line direction just a little bit. It's not going to be very precise. Make the end a little thicker here. So this is kind of messy, right? So now I'm going to take a small tiny smudgy brush, or you can use like a tiny pencil brush, and I'm going to go just any black eyeshadow. And for the beginners, it's going to be probably easier to use a soft black eyeshadow. What I mean is even like a cheap eyeshadow palette with the black that it's not really black, is more like a grayish black because it's easy to blend. I'm just going to use iMagic palette because it's just small, easy to use, so I'm going to use the black from there. It's pretty decent, but it's not the most pigmented. So I'm just going to press it. It's sort of the way you set your foundation with powder. You want to set your eyeliner with eyeshadow and smudge it a little bit because the edge is a little crooked, right? So you want to smudge it just a little bit, press and smudge. Now I prefer thicker lines. It's not for everyone, but if I do the cold pencil eyeliner, I would rather have it a little thick, just because it's more dramatic. Alright, so this looks pretty decent. So with this kind of look, I can just add mascara, and this will be a look. It looks pretty already without mascara. So this will stay all day because it's been set with eyeshadow. Nothing comes off. I can add a little more here. I'm not gonna add mascara because I'm gonna show you so many different ways, so I don't want to mess up my application with mascara. So what also you can do, you can add, you can take the same brush, clean it, and add a little bit of like a soft brown on a low lash line, like a very, very soft beige brown. I can add a little bit of this color right here. And this is gonna open up your eyes and make them look a little bigger. See, this is very soft. If you put mascara on, you don't even need any fake lashes. Just put a little mascara here, there, and that's it. You're ready to go. You can put the nude pencil on the waterline, and you're good. So let me remove this. I'm gonna show you the second method, and the second method is the one that's very easy for most people. Is the felt tip eyeliner. So the second method is felt tip eyeliner, and I already got my lashes already done, the tight line. So I'm going to use the You Can Be pencil. It has a very fine tip. I would say don't use the cheapest. I usually go for the cheapest myself. I'm a budget queen, but in this cases, some of the cheaper ones, they really lose their power very quickly, and they're gonna dry out quick. Like I had bad experience with the e.l.f. of this, like e.l.f. pencils, they're not good. So what I like to do is, like I'm left-handed, that's why I'm showing you the wrong handle, so this is my good side. So anyway, so when I switch, I hold my pencil like this. When I flip, your wrist really twists. It's hard to twist your wrist like this if you hold the pencil the right way. So what I do, I take my index finger over, and this way it's easy to flip, and the pencil is just facing the right way. If I put my index finger where it's supposed to be, it really hurts when you flip your hand. But when you do it this way, it's so much easier. I've seen somebody comment in my life like, you holding the pencil very weird. And I didn't even realize it. I did it instinctively because it's easier. Alright, so I like to do the same thing. I like to put it flat against my lash line. Start with the inner corner. Excuse me the eyeliner difficulties. I think it dried out on me literally as I was filming. So I'm just using another one. It's something I got from BoxyCharm. It says Dragon Liner. Anyway, so I pressed it flat. In the small strokes, I'm going to create a line. I'm going to drag it down all the way to the outer corner. Now here's the deal, if you have Asian skin like mine, I'm 46, so my skin has little folds here, and I have very deep set eyes, so all the lines get broken if you extend the line out far. So you have to see where you're drawing your line if you're going through all this folds here, it might come out looking funky. So you have to really see where your proportions are and where your skin lands. And don't lift your eyebrows, because this is gonna smooth out all the lines, but when you relax, all the lines are gonna form again. So that's gonna be a tricky part. That's the initial line. Well, I like my lines to be slightly larger. I like to have enlarging effect on my eyes. It's just my preference, personal preference. So from here, like everybody else says, there are plenty of YouTube tutorials on wing eyeliner. You're gonna draw a wing from a low lash line, extending it up to give the eye a lift instead of putting it down and then up. It's gonna look funny. So at the very corner of your eyes, I'm gonna start going up. See, I have some folds here. I'm just gonna work through them. So I'm gonna make it quite a big dramatic line. So this is the extension of my low lash line. Now we're gonna connect these lines. Now I can actually lift my eyebrow because I see where I'm going with it. So don't worry about getting the tail very even, because you can fix it with a low brush afterwards. So this is where my lines go down. So my skin is a little more droopy here. So this is, I have this fold. So when I'm looking straight, you can see the broken lines. So I'm gonna have to work around this and make the line here a little lower to compensate for the lower end. And this line here a little higher to compensate for the droopiness. So I'm now taking tiny brush with a little concealer. It looks already pretty even, but we can make it even more even. So I have to look from the side as well, so it looks right. Because I have all these dips and folds here, so sometimes the line looks a little curved up from the side, so I have to put it a little lower to make it look right from the side and from the front. So you have to look right from all the directions. So that would be your felt tip eyeliner. This one is relatively easy. Again, you can do the waterline. Let me put the waterline in. I'm going to use a Beauty Babe beige pencil. It's like a skin tone pencil. It's very subtle. It's not white. I used to love white, but now I'm like, okay, white is good for drag, but on a daily basis, the skin tone is much better. I'm gonna put a little bit of violet eyeshadow. It's like a light to match my top from the same palette. Just a very subtle. So there's no eyeshadow look, but I like to do that because it's gonna give you more depth and it's gonna make your eye look bigger. So now you can use mascara and it's gonna look just right. So that's a look with a felt tip eyeliner. Again, I'm not putting mascara on yet because I still have to show you a couple more versions. So this line, when you cover it up, you can just add a little powder and powder it up and it's gonna be done. So this looks pretty even without mascara right now. With the mascara, your eye is gonna be big, open, and it's gonna look very even and neat. So the next method is the gel eyeliner, which is very similar to liquid eyeliner in a way that there is a brush and there is the pot. So the application, I would say, is easier with a gel eyeliner to me because it's thicker, there's more control, while liquid one kind of like can go everywhere. I heard somebody say that gel is tricky, but to me, I think gel is easier. And you'll use a thin eyeliner brush, kind of like this. This is the wing liner from Jessup. It has very thin tip. This is Morphe gel liner. So I'm gonna really hurt my eyeball today, doing all kind of methods. So the method with this one is pretty much the same as the previous ones, but this one I think it's simpler. Like to me, I think the beginners would feel this is simpler than even the felt tip because it's just smooth and it glides on very easy. I can just press. So this one actually dry on tone. I did test it myself, like during one of my lives. I put it in my hand and it did dry eventually. It's gonna be tacky for a while, but it does dry. Same thing here. When I come to my outer corner, I'm going to lift this line up and create my wing. And how far you take this wing is up to you. I like my wing to be a little thicker, but you don't have to do this. Always make sure you check the lines opening the eyes to see if there's any broken lines, especially at the fold, because it can be tricky once you open your eyes. It might look a little wavy, so you always open the eyes, relax the eyelid, don't lift the eyebrows. So if you lift, everything changes, so keep your eyebrows down, relax, and do this. Okay, again, same thing. You can take the flat brush, a little bit of concealer or foundation if you have a skin tone color here to match your skin tone, and clean up a little bit. So now we got a sharp line. So this looks cute even without mascara right now. So I can actually wait until it dries completely and put mascara on, and it's gonna be done. You don't even need the eyelashes. This is like for everyday look. You don't need anything extra. You can just go with what you have. So the next method is the liquid eyeliner. Alright, so my bowl getting a little tired, but I got two more. The liquid eyeliner in eyeshadow and eyeliner at the same time. Yeah, so poor eyeballs. So the liquid eyeliner, I would say get a good quality one, just the same as with the other applications. The better quality, the more matte it is, the better it's gonna look. So I have e.l.f. eyeliner, and I also have Anastasia, and also have Revlon liquid eyeliner color stay. This one's very decent. e.l.f. is a little shiny, but it's very decent actually for budget, and I'll actually like ABH. Some people don't, but I do. So let me actually show you the cheap one, the e.l.f. Very simple. It's a regular brush applicator, very thin, and a regular pot. So I do the same way. I flip it with my index finger over. I mean, you'll see if you try this, it's gonna make a difference. So much easier to operate. So I'm gonna press it flat against the low lash, against the lash line. So the same thing, you go into the outer corner, and then from there dragging it up, following the low lash line. And filling it in as thick as you like it to be. So I went ahead and cleaned up with a brush under the liner already, and this is your liquid eyeliner e.l.f. The e.l.f. is slightly shiny, I see, that's why I haven't been using it, but it's real budget friendly. It's not that shiny, so actually it works. So again, you add a little mascara, and you got yourself a simple everyday look. So now we're gonna get to the last method, and that's the one with the eyeshadow, and how you're gonna play the eyeliner against the eyeshadow. Okay, we have arrived at the last method, which is the eyeshadow, which is pretty much the same as the other ones, but the only difference is the shapes. So I use the same Eye Magic palette. I just used all the neutrals. It's nothing special, doesn't need a tutorial for. I just use browns. All of the browns, which is not my go-to, but I wanted to show neutral look with this kind of look, you know. So just eyeliner is the highlight of the look, and I use a little shimmer on the lid, and I use a little highlighter everywhere. I mean, so here it is. I like to blow out my low lash line, because the more you blow it out, the bigger the eye becomes, and the visually bigger and wider your eyeball looks. So I always like to blow it out, but again, this is very optional. If you don't like that, you don't have to put anything in the lash line. I like the blown out lash line. I always put a little bit of eyeshadow on the low lash line, even if I don't wear eyeshadow, just to give it a little shade, to make eyes look more rounded and more big. Anyway, I use a little card from earrings for the fallout. Usually I do my eyeshadow first, but since this is a tutorial, I did my base first and I just did this kind of thing. Anyway, so let's do the eyeliner. So you can do the liquid eyeliner, or you can do the felt tip eyeliner or the gel liner, whichever method you prefer, and you follow the same rules. The only thing is, if you get a felt tip liner, like my friend Tia mentioned, some of them do not want to go over the eyeshadow and leave blanks. It's almost like the eyeshadow, it gets stuck in the felt tip. And I know what she means because it happened to me too. It happens to me all the time. You can actually ruin your felt tip eyeliner with some glitter or real heavy shimmers. It gets melted in the tip and the tip gets clogged. So maybe the liquid eyeliner would be easier. This is very good eyeliner, and this is a very subtle eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this now, but you can use anything. So I'm going to do the same thing. Look, the only difference is, because this is blown out so much wider, so your low lash line now is a little lower. So you can actually start your liner just a little lower, not all the way to the bottom of the eyeshadow, but just a little lower than before, because now you're tricking the eye of a different eye shape. So it's wider and it's bigger. So instead of going from here all the way here up, you're gonna go just a little lower and put the line a little lower. You'll see what I mean. So I'm gonna start again. So now we reach the corner. So I'm gonna angle it up and start dragging it. Now, depends how black your black eyeshadow is. If it's really deep black and they have all this blackness here, this wing eyeliner is kind of useless. You can just line your lash line and put the eyelashes. But when your black is very subtle, like I put mostly brown here, you can actually put the wing eyeliner. Now make this corner a little thicker first. And then, after I see the initial shape, I can decide how big and how long I'm gonna make this tip. So I'll make it a little bit of a different scheme here. So instead of bringing the light up and then connecting everything, I actually connect the lines. First create thickness here, and now I can see how far I want to drag it up. So now I'm going to draw, and just to match the other eye, obviously. So what I'm doing now, I'm bringing the line just a little bit in the low lash line. Now you don't have to do this, but this is my preferred method when the eyeshadow is not black enough. And then I can use a little bit of that subtle black eyeshadow to smudge this line and to make it a little more connected, a little wider. And again, it's gonna create the illusion of bigger eye. So this is a black from the same palette. I'm just gonna smudge it a little bit here and here. And this creates more subtlety, but it still opens up your eye more, opposing to not having this line at all. So this way, you can actually get away with this look without the fake lashes. And it's gonna kind of create the illusion of having fake lashes on. So this is the eyeliner is done, and the mascara. And I just didn't want to put any eyelashes so you can see what the eyeliner looks like without the eyelashes, because that's the whole point, to show you the eyeliner. So I'm just gonna keep it simple, and this is gonna be it. So as you can see, there's so many methods to do it. It's really not that complicated. You just have to have a very steady hand. You have to rest the hand against the face. Otherwise, you're gonna be shaken. So always make sure when you hold your eyeliner, you rest against your face. You know, it makes it easier, and also place it against your skin. Don't point it right at your eyelid. This way it's going to be hard to make a line. Put it against your skin flat and just drag it. It's gonna be the easiest way. That's what I found, just for me. I'm not a pro, but that's how I do it. And I like to connect the low lash line. You don't have to, but again, for the eyeshadow look, I like to do that when the black eyeshadow is not black enough. So it gives the illusion of bigger eye without the eyelashes. So that's it. That's a simple look for today. It goes with the eyeliner tutorial. Let me know in the comments if something was not clear as I was showing it or explaining it. Again, I'm not a pro MUA. I just learned by myself, self-taught, and the ways I do my eyeliner may not be the way the pro would do it. So that's just how I like to do it, and that's how it makes sense to me. And for my personal preference, I go by the eye shape, the lid shape. You have to take all of this in consideration just to make sure it looks right from any angle. So let me know what you think, leave me a comment, and like this video if it helped you, if you liked it. Give this video a big thumbs up. Please do subscribe to my channel and ring notification bell so YouTube notifies you of all the new videos. I upload 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and also go live every Monday. So do follow me on Instagram, Twitter. The links are down in the description box. Huge thank you to all my patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. I have a Patreon group. The link is also in the description box for that. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!